It was like $100 billion to Iran, about $99 billion last time I checked, for this long-term project. And it's all plausible deniability. They're like wink, wink. Biden gives the final payment of $6 billion on a month before, 29 days before, the October 7th. Israel stands down for 7.5 hours. Hamas is told, oh, you're going in to get hostages so that you can get our people back. But that was all a setup. Obviously, then the leaders of Hamas outside the country knew they were about to get tens of billions more in funding as aid. They allow the sacrifice and execution of their people. Those that survive, millions are loaded, and they're finishing the pier right now. And Biden announced 2 days ago they're going to bring 1 million of the Gaza survivors, and a bunch of them will be terrorists, to the United States. And that'll be happening before the election. Perfect timing. And so the CIA, MI6, the EU, Interpol, the Iranians, they're all in on it together, 100%, no doubt. Soros then funds the left for the uprisings. The right wing sees it, goes out and fights them. That turns up the temperature to see the sides all colliding and fighting. And then the intelligence agencies, and they might use German intelligence. They've used them for Oklahoma City. They might use British intelligence. Mossad kind of got caught with hands in cookie jar on 9/11, so they might, pass the ball on this one. I don't know which group's going to carry it out. Might be a Merc group they hire. They might be able to get some mentally ill people to do some of the attacks. Wind-up toys. And you've got all the preparation for this ready. So get everybody fighting over Israel and Palestine, and then really it's just a communist uprising cover to get that all formed and ready, to get the right wing to come out and play and be part of the whole thing. You'll have provocateurs, ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center, dressed up, obviously saying horrible things, doing terrible things. You'll have some real idiots to do it. That'll raise the temperature more. And then, simultaneously, they're going to hit the Jews first. In fact, earlier I was saying they'll probably shoot up some black churches and black universities first. But before they go to full martial law, that's the warm-up. Then, secondly, they will hit the synagogues, and at the same time hit federal buildings. And they like truck bombs because that's plausibly deniable, and you can't really catch who did it. And then out of that, it won't be called martial law, but it'll be called a civil emergency. Then they'll claim the Russians hit the power grid, and part of the power grid will go down. And then they'll claim the Russians have hit the banks. And then they'll tank the economy, claiming it's the Russians that did it, and part of the power grid, and you're in full martial law. And then for issues of national security, to get the banks back on, to get the power back on in some areas, to stop the burning cities, with the left out just torching everything, Biden, will have to declare a national emergency, and they'll have to crack down on disinformation on all sides. And they'll turn off the funding to Hamas, and turn off the funding to their minions, and turn off the funding to Black Lives Matter, and they'll turn off all the little nationalist patriot front that are clearly feds that are wound up running around, and then all those guys that are being used, they'll be shut down again, but later brought back when they're needed. But in the wake of that, the people exposing all of this, the folks trying to stop it, the Tucker Carlsons, the Alex Joneses, they will be taken off the air. And I don't say this to be dramatic. When they go to full martial law, there's a very good chance they're going to go ahead and kill Trump. And I would predict the same day they kill Trump, they'll probably kill Senator Paul or try. They'll kill Matt Gaetz. They'll try to kill me, and they'll go ahead because they know Joe's awakening. Or they're going to go ahead and kill Joe Rogan. They'll kill Joe, and they've already got plans how to do it, how to line it up. One guy they'll claim was a murder-suicide. Oh, he killed himself and or shot his wife and killed himself. Oh, this guy died of a heroin overdose. Oh, this guy was in a shootout. This guy got carjacked. But they may not even care and just go to our houses and just launch hand grenades into the thing. I mean, they're not going to care at that point. All right? And they're going to have communists just green lit, just burning courthouses, burning buildings, just torching everything. So you'll have cities on fire everywhere, just people looting, murdering. The police will all be, hiding in the police stations. People will be firing grenades into the police stations. The 30 million illegal aliens, it's not 20 million, it's not 10 million. The 30 million illegal aliens who all got smartphones from the UN and the 10 million military-age men they brought in, they'll go out and hit all the targets they're supposed to hit. And it's the end of the country. So that's where we are. And but notice who doesn't get killed. Notice who doesn't get wiped out. It'll be the leftist and the right-wingers that are making it all racial. They'll all, mysteriously, they'll all be okay. And, they'll all be protected so they can do this again if they need to down the road. And that's why Bernie Sanders and the rest of them are out there saying, this is Biden's Vietnam. They're just replaying the uprisings of the 60s, but they're going to make it far worse. And by the way, the Democrats have all said, we've got a bill introduced to strip the military power from Trump if he's president-elect during uprisings. They said this a few months ago. And they said, we believe a civil war is imminent, all the movies and all the shows. And they were talking about doing it when he's president-elect because they want to wait and see if they can steal it. But now they're so sure he's going to win because they don't have enough dead people and people out of district to vote that they're going to go ahead and do it before. Now, remember, they can launch it after he's president-elect or they can do it before, but they're never going to let him, unless we stop them, we can talk about how we do that, get into the office. Okay? So you're about to see the movie Civil War for real, and I just think you all better get right with Jesus now and understand this is it. This is the end of the United States of America if the people at the Justice Department and at the Pentagon and at the CIA who are not read in on this but are read in on part of it and realize what's happening don't go public with press conferences, expose the whole thing now, and let's just stop this, all right? Because I've studied history, and I will tell you, if you think going along with this by knowing it's happening, keeping your mouth shut, and you work in a big corporation or you work in an intelligence agency, you're the first people, once they secure their takeover, that they are going to kill. They're not going to put you in prison. They're not going to spend time setting you up. They're going to kill you, and you know that. So if you want to be like Jens Rome and the SA on Night of the Long Knives, be my guest. But I'm telling you, this is happening. This is going down. All right. So I stake everything I've known in 30 years of fighting these people, and I was awake way before that, on what I'm telling you. And look, you can see it all. I consider it add thousands of more points, how they're doing it, how they're rolling it out. This lets Iran suppress its people. It's let Israel suppress its people. It lets Hamas be even bigger in the world and kind of the Islamic leaders now and get all these funds and reorganize and always give Israel the enemy they need. That's why Israel founded Hamas. And I sit there and I expose the Hegelian dialectic, and I get attacked by the Muslims. Oh, you're not for us. And I get attacked by the anti-Israel people saying, oh, look, you're giving Israel a free pass. No, I'm explaining that this is synthetic. I'm explaining that this is a manipulation. I'm doing the opposite. That's why the CIA and the FBI have tried to shut us down. And only by the grace of God are we still here, and because a lot of good people have put out the truth. So I don't like having to get up here and tell you all this. And I think you already know it, don't you? In your gut, your spirit, intellectually. But this is it. Now, when we come back, I'm going to continue on, and then I'm going to launch in like 5 minutes a Spaces on the fact that has civil war already begun? And how do we stop this total takeover? But this is it. And then once they've got us, carbon lockdowns, vaccine passports, a new virus will be released. But they want to first get rid of all their political opposition and have a big burnout. And it's happening. And the CIA are experts at overthrowing governments using civil unrest. They're doing it to us now. So they already tried the censorship. They already stole a couple of elections. They've already been through those permutations. And now they're going to their last thing. And that's a coup against the American people and the American system. Not just Trump, but a coup against you and your freedom and your future. And they want to zip it up by, oh, we're the mediators. We're the wardens. the prison head, well, you guys were all fighting and we had to come in and fix it. That's in the IMF World Bank documents that got leaked in 2001. It's a 112-point plan, and they say in there, we fund civil unrest, we fund whatever groups we can to clash, so that's the cover for us collapsing things. And the old monetary system goes down, the central bank digital currencies come out, the mark of the beast, the whole 9 yards. This is it. This is absolutely it, ladies and gentlemen. So just understand that. It's more important than ever to keep independent, true media on air. And when you buy the products, that's what you're doing. And at least for the foreseeable future, we're still here. If things change, I'll let you know. But it's essential you buy products at InfoWarsStore.com because it funds the operation, but that's a side issue. They really are amazing. And I didn't know this, as somebody told me. Nitric Boost, I've been plugging for months, has been sold out. Bestseller, cleans out your blood, cleans out your cardiovascular system, does incredible things. Dr. Mikovits has talked about how it's one of the best formulas out there. Everybody should be on it, young and old, black and white. It is back in stock. Got a big shipment of it in at InfoWarsStore.com for 40% off. So if I've been plugging it and you go there and it's not there, I apologize. I need to, I guess, get more briefings on what's in stock and what's not. But it's now back in stock at InfoWarsStore.com or call toll free 888-253-3139.